Well, folks, we are back once again to discuss yet more antics that come from the UK. Now, before we carry on any further here, you guys are probably wondering by now, well, wait a second now, Crasher, you live in Canada. Why are we bitching about and griping about things going on in the UK? You know, it's a completely different country. Well, let me explain that very plainly. This right here, it would not surprise me one single bit if this had a ripple effect where other countries are being affected by this. Look at the Online Safety Act as an example, which originated from the UK, but because of their influence when it comes to that fucking bullshit here, you have multiple countries and at bare minimum, multiple companies that are bending the knee when it comes to what is going on in the UK by enforcing their own variation of the Online Safety Act, whether it is partially or in a similar fashion, such as with the whole ID verification thing for YouTube, such as what's going on in Australia, etc., etc. So the UK definitely does have a history of pushing their nonsense on to other countries and other companies as a means to try and strong arm and bully them into compliance to censorship, control, surveillance, etc. Look at what has happened when it came to the UK trying to have a go at 4chan and Kiwi Farms. And keep in mind, those are two platforms that are not from the UK. So what we have here, we have ourselves something that should concern you, because given UK's recent history, it would not surprise me that what we have going on here is going to become an international type of issue where other countries are somehow going to be involved in some way, shape, and form, and having to deal with a variation of what we're going to be talking about here. So anyways, we have ourselves British Intel saying mandatory digital ID is coming. The government now says the new digital ID scheme will be mandatory, and they're dressing it up as a tool to stop illegal immigrants. They don't need digital ID to stop the boats. They could stop them today. This isn't about migrants, it's about controlling you. Once it's in, every shred of privacy you have is gone. Do not fall for the lie. This is the final step in total surveillance. Will Brits accept being tracked like cattle? And I just want to point out another thing here. It seems like that this right here is a common denominator when it comes to the UK as of late. When I say UK, I'm not talking about the citizens of the UK. Let me reiterate here that I feel sorry for the citizens of the UK that have to deal with this type of nonsense from their circus-ass government. But the common denominator here would be lies and false pretenses. Now let me break that down for you guys a little bit here. So let's go back to the Online Safety Act thing, okay? They tried to label it as, oh, we're doing this for the kids. Oh, think of the children, this and that. But really and truly, that is a false pretense. This is about control, surveillance, and censorship. And in this case here, with the digital ID, well, here's the thing, is that they are using another false pretense, i.e. stop illegal immigrants. But really what they're doing is they are trying to find any little twist and turn, any little way they can to have even more control over your life, to have more surveillance over your life, to censor you even more. You have no privacy, you have no rights. You are essentially property to them. And another thing I want to kind of just briefly mention real quick is that another example to kind of back up why I believe that this whole stop illegal immigrants thing is complete and utter bullshit, and why it's a false pretense to cover up their actual intentions behind the digital ID scheme. If this was really about stopping illegal immigrants and protecting citizens and this, that, and the other, then why the fuck did a little girl get arrested and criminalized? And all because she defended herself, her friend, and her sister from migrants that were harassing them, that were attempting to molest them. So I just wanted to remind you guys about that to further add to why I believe this is 100% a fucking farce, why it's a scam, it's a lie, and it is nothing more than another attempt at trying to seize more control, more surveillance, more ways to censor you. And in other news, when it comes to nonsense relating to the UK, I got a little something else for you guys here. So we ourselves Billboard Chris with the following. Graham Linehan has been arrested at Heathrow by 5 police upon his return to the UK. His crime was these 3 posts. He was taken to hospital after his blood pressure spiked and has been banned from posting on X. Freedom of speech is dead in the UK. And these right here are the posts in question. Now, could they come off as inflammatory? Absolutely. But is it worth being arrested for, especially by 5 police officers and being interrogated like he was some fucking terrorist? Are you joking me? No, that right there isn't worth 3 fucking posts. And here's the thing, here is the very beautiful thing about free speech, is that you have the ability to say what you want to say whenever you want to say it, but that also means that the opposition gets to say what they want to say whenever they want to say it. Agree to disagree, does not matter. But you see, the First Amendment, the right to free speech, the right to expression, just simply does not exist when it comes to the UK. I just want to bunch this in for more context. For those of you guys that don't know who Graham Linehan is, he is a comedian. He is an Irish comedy writer. So, the man is not even British, he's Irish, and yet he gets arrested in the UK. So, just wrap your minds around this for a moment here. This Graham Linehan here, he got arrested for things that he said online the moment that he stepped foot back in the UK. So I want to put this out there as a massive air of caution for everybody watching. If you guys ever plan on visiting the draconian UK, well, I would advise that you don't, because you could get arrested if you visit the UK over something that you said online 5 months ago that they get hurt feelings over. Like, I know for certain that if I was to visit the UK, I would most definitely get arrested myself because, well, here's the thing, is that I'm not a soft-ass bitch like the government over there. I don't have hurt feelings just because someone says something I disagree with. Like, this is the level of insanity that we're at right now with the UK. And with their influence starting to cause ripple effects to other countries, this right here is something that needs to have immense pressure on when it comes to talking about this. More people need to talk about this, and more people need to stand the fuck up and say hell no to this shit. And all these police officers that are arresting people over posts, arresting people over free speech, you all should be fucking ashamed of yourselves. You give actual genuine police officers a terrible name. You guys are supposed to serve and protect your citizens, but you don't fucking do that, do ya? You are an absolute disgrace to the police badge, you are an absolute disgrace to the citizens you're supposed to protect, and you are a goddamn disgrace to your own country. Like, the fact that you would rather put your time and energy into harassing, confronting, and interrogating and arresting people over hurty words on the internet is just so goddamn pathetic. It is so soy. In fact, soy is more of a Chad than what's being described here. Like, for God's sakes, man, like, how did this even happen? How did a country get to such an absolutely bad and pathetic point? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm just gonna say right now, every single citizen in the UK that is standing against this bullshit, let me tell you something. I have got so much respect for you guys. Do not ever stop that fight. Otherwise, you guys are going to be living like it's 1984, and I don't think anybody wants that. And just something else I want to add in here before closing the video off. I have never heard of this Keir Starmer guy until very recently with all of this UK bullshit. And holy fuck, what a donkey. So take a look at this post here by Chris Rose. Keir Starmer, 5 weeks ago. We have had free speech for a very long time, so we're very proud about that. Now, the the comedian Graham Linehan was arrested for 3 posts on Twitter/X. Starmer's Britain is different to the one he likes to portray to President Trump and Vance. You want to talk about free speech? You are an absolute bullshit liar! You are so fucking full of shit, I can smell it from here! Like, are you fucking joking me with this shit? Do you really think we're that fucking stupid? You wanna lie through the skins of your yellow rat teeth and say that you've had free speech for a very long time? If you've had free speech, then you wouldn't have thousands upon thousands of people being interrogated, harassed, and arrested by police! You're a fucking liar and you're a con artist. And this right here just goes to show even further why the powers that be in the UK just absolutely should never be trusted. Like, a joke's a joke, but this is getting really fucking ridiculous. Man alive, I don't know what else I can say without wanting to blow a gasket. This shit right here could give even the strongest of aspirin a fucking headache. Like, to Keir Starmer and all of the other jokers in Parliament, shut the fuck up.